It finished Wimborne Town 1, Bishop's Cleeve 1 at Cuthbury today, a hard-earned and very welcome point for the Magpies. With injuries keeping George Webb and Paul Roast on the substitutes bench, it was a new-look Magpie midfield that lined up, with Brad McGuckin, new boy Jamal Bajandu making his debut, Russell Cook and Jamie Davidson. Matt Kemble and Tom Jeffs were the twin strikers, and the back four was Jordan Cole, Scott Arnold, and in the middle Mark Jameson and Nathan Pepranan. And the game kicked off in a gale force wind, and it was Bishop's Cleeve that had the advantage of it in the first half, and for the first 12 to 15 minutes Wimborne were pegged back in their own half and only desperate defending at times kept the score sheet blank. But when Wimborne did come forward, they did so with purpose and they looked dangerous, and on 15 minutes a good ball from Jamie Davidson found Matt Kemble, and he crossed, and Jamal had the chance to make himself a hero after only a quarter of an hour, but he couldn't get a shot on target. 2 minutes later, Tom Jeffs was set free down the right. He found Matt Kemble, and Matt's shot hit the inside of the post and went agonisingly right along the line before going out the other side. Wimborne were playing well when they had the ball, but it was very difficult to clear the ball with the wind being so strong. It looked like they were going to get to half-time with the score sheet blank, but four minutes before the break, the ball broke to Alex Sykes, and the Bishop's Cleeve man made no mistake with a good shot across Jason Harville. If Wimborne needed any indication that the footballing gods weren't with us this season, it happened at half-time when the wind died down almost completely. And worse was to follow. The second half kicked off, and right from the kick-off, Bishop's Cleeve carved through the Wimborne defence. Jason Harville brought the striker down, was promptly given his second yellow card of the game and dismissed to the dugout. The referee pointed to the spot, and there was a lull of about 4 minutes while Dan Ackerman came on for Russell Cook. Russell Cook was sacrificed. Dan came on, and his first job was to face the penalty. Not the greatest penalty in the world, but Dan did ever so well to stop it. It bounced up and he grabbed it at the second attempt. But now Wimborne were down to 10 men with 45 minutes left. For the rest of the half, it was fairly even. Some substitutes for Wimborne. Russell Cook went off for Dan Ackerman. Elliot Ward came on for Brad McGuckin on 84 minutes. And Greg Taff came on for his home debut for Mark Jameson on 81 minutes. Tom Jeffs going into the middle of the defence. And it was Greg Taff, with 5 minutes to go, who grabbed the lifeline for Wimborne, fastening onto a through ball in their inside right channel and rifling a shot past the Bishop's Cleeve goalkeeper. The game was played out after that with no great scares at either end, and Wimborne were very relieved and very, very tired at the final whistle. 1-1, considering the wind against them and considering they had 10 men in the second half. That's an excellent performance and a very welcome point. For Wimborne, the sponsor's man of the match was Tom Jeffs. He got through an enormous amount of work as always. I thought Jamie Davidson had an excellent game. Nathan Pepranan was superb, and Matt Kemble always looked dangerous when he had the ball. Next up for Wimborne, it's the long trek up to Hales Owen next Saturday. We hope to see you there. And I'm joined by Magpie boss Steve Cuss. Steve, it looked bad when the penalty was given, but the lads did ever so well to come back and get a point out of that game.
Yeah, I think, full credit to the players, to play 45 minutes with 10 men is never easy, 1-0 down as well, but I've got to give credit to Ackers, in goal. I think he works exceptionally hard in training every week, and he is the number 2 keeper. But to come on and save the penalty was the key moment in the game, because at 1-0 it gave us a chance just to get ourselves back in the game and try and push on.
Yeah. And a word about Jamal Bajandu. He made his home debut, played 90 minutes, and I thought he looked good from start to finish today. Yeah,
it was a big decision whether to play him or not today. Threw him in. I would never had any intentions of playing him 90 minutes, but the way the game panned out and the sending off, obviously he had to play 90 minutes, but I'm sure he'll get better and better. I was pleased with him today, particularly in the first half when he was lively. But I'm sure he'll get better the more games he gets.
Sure. And you'll no doubt take the credit for an inspired substitution, bringing on Greg Taff with 9 minutes later, and he gets the goal.
Greg's another lad that's has come our way. He's a good lad. He's strong. He holds the ball up, and he has got an eye for goal. So no credit for me. It's all to him. But You know, just couldn't believe that we come out second half and the wind had stopped completely. You know, in the first half it was just, you know, we could hardly kick the ball up to the halfway line and come out second half and it had gone. So, you know, little things that could have affected the players didn't, and credit to all of them for keeping going.
Yeah, well done to you, well done to the players. Good point. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.